Hey parents, I am back here with Ken Buckley, the Assistant Vice Provost of the Career Center here at Baylor, and he is going to talk to you today if you are the parent of a sophomore student. So Ken, we all want our kids to get jobs right away. So how should a sophomore student approach their year with your office?
Okay, great question. Let me give you a list of those things, and we'll kind of talk a little bit about each one in a little more detail. So first and foremost, we want them to have a quality internship as a sophomore. And I know that may sound, gosh, that seems a little early, but it's absolutely not. One of the other things we want them to do is we want them to take one of our career classes. They can get academic credits, typically a 1-hour course, but it will give them all the tactical pieces as well as the explanation and the strategy behind that on how to get positioned for success, whether it's grad school or whether it's going for employment. So taking a career class is something that we think makes a lot of sense, because instead of getting it through multiple coaching sessions, they get it in a classroom setting, and they typically will earn a really good grade, and they'll also be able to get that really on our time, if you will.
Okay, so they should start on that right away, or
Yes.
talk to them in the summer. Like, you need to think about, I would guess you need to talk to them in the summer about, you need to think about what kind of internship are you going to do this next year?
Well, hopefully as freshmen, they kind of have a little bit of an idea of areas of interest. And then the things that we would say as part of their sophomore year, just the beginning of the sophomore year, we have opportunities throughout the semester, actually throughout the year, where employers come on campus. They either speak in classes or they have opportunities where they come in called info sessions. And what that is you and let's say 20, 30, or even 100 students in a room listening to typically Baylor alums, but recruiting type people and hiring managers from firms to explain what it's like to work in that industry, what they're looking for with new hires, et cetera. And it's a chance for them to really understand what it's like. There's nothing better than getting that direct experience and even going up after the fact and meeting and networking with those people that are very friendly to our students. But if most of the students I know, that's a big hurdle for them because they're a little timid about, going to those things because they think, nobody's interested in sophomores. I really don't know what I want to do. Nothing could be further from the truth. The sooner you get engaged in that process, the more you'll be aware and understand whether that's something you're really interested in or not. So taking advantage of the information sessions, taking advantage of speaker type activities, and really taking personal ownership of your career at that level to at least learn more about it so you can be, much more effective.
Well, and each career has so many different directions you could go within the career, so you probably can help hone that down. And I know that we have promoted on our portal about your career fairs,
Yes.
right? So
Yes.
you have that as well?
It is, and it's one of those things where we keep track of, we track the data. In fact, by the way, if you are looking as parents and want to see how things are going on the career side, go to Baylor's website, look at Career Center, and look at success data. And in that, you will see not only the events, the activities, but the students' placement success. But when we have a career fair, it's face to face. So, we do some virtual events, but we work really hard to create the best opportunity possible for those students. And we also know that the employers that are going to be there, they're engaging and they outreach, and it's one of those things. It's a path of low resistance for the students to just get through. It's not like the people on the other side of the table are trying to run them off. It's like they're trying to actually help them go through that process, because we actually coach a little bit with the employers as well. But we have 2 large career fairs, one in the spring, one in the fall. Typically, there's between 100 and 150 employers at that event. We have anywhere from 2,000 to 3,000 students that come into that event. It's typically 4 hours long. Most of the time we hold it in the business school just because of the amount of space that's required. But it's an amazing opportunity for the students. And I can tell you, and this is just real quick, but the difference we see with students that walk into that room and make the decision to walk forward and talk to an employer, and the things just watch their eyes light up. And so going from, I'm not really sure, I don't know, to having the confidence to take that first step is a game changer.
Well, and guess what? We work closely with Ken's office, and we're going to remind you parents to remind your son and daughter to attend the career fair and participate in the other things you've talked about today.
Thank you very
so
much.
much.